I paid a millionaire nearly £700 to fish this beautiful river, and through this video I'm going to be explaining why places like this can be so expensive, and also in this case why it was worth every penny. Oh, oh wow, wow, what is that? What is that? This place is just jaw-droppingly beautiful. I've wanted to fish here my entire life. How places like this normally work is they're usually privately owned, but sometimes they let a small number of people fish on a syndicate rather than a fishing club, and there's normally a very, very long waiting list, so I am so lucky to be able to have a few casts here. Well, the reason why is it is one of the best salmon and sea trout fishing rivers in my whole region. In the short time I've been fishing here, I've caught more salmon than I have in my entire life, and some big ones too. Off it goes. What a fish! Wow. Sea trout come up this river every year to about £7 or £8. I believe there was a £6.5 sea trout caught on this river a couple of weeks ago, so fingers crossed for one of those today. I'm really going to be putting the work in, getting the steps in and covering this whole stretch of river. I can't really explain it, but I've got a very good feeling about today. I feel like we are going to catch something decent. Oh, there's a nice fish over there. Literally first cast, we've just had a big follow. Well, I've only been fishing 5 minutes and already I've had a follow from some pretty big trout. I mean, they look £2 plus. Couldn't tell if they were sea trout or not, but I'll definitely be back for those at the end of the day. But for now, we've got loads more river to explore, loads of beautiful pools, and a very good chance of a salmon. Well, the placement of this tree is very unfortunate because it looks like there's a really nice slack around there. However, these rocks, this natural obstruction, could be holding some fish in here. Fish on, fish on. Whoa, whoa, no, 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 that was a salmon. No, 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 that was a salmon. Oh! I can't believe that. That was a big fish and it just came off more or less straight away. I only had it on for a few seconds, but if there's one salmon in this river at this time of year, then there's gonna have to be more somewhere, so I'm gonna go and find them. This is just such a stunning bit of water. I mean, look over there, there's a tree falling down right next to a waterfall and an island. It is just a dream come true to be fishing a place like this. So we're just coming up on my second favourite pool of the whole place. There's a huge cliff that overhangs and the water cuts down beneath it. There's been loads of salmon caught in this pool before. It's just beautiful too. I mean, look at it. You can see the river is eroded right under that rock over there, which means there's all sorts of fast currents and stuff going on under there, and it is also very deep. Well, it's a shame we've not had any bites in this pool because it's normally a bit of a spot I can rely on, at least for a trout. However, there's so much more of this river to explore today. Fish on, fish on. Yes, that feels like quite a nice one. Oh, that does feel like a really nice fish. It's not a salmon, but it's, whoa. Oh wow, this is a nice trout. Oh, you got it in the net. Come on, yes. Just giving it a nice rest and then we'll have a closer look at it. Wow, what a beautiful wild trout this is. Just getting a very quick picture and it'll be back off on its way. That is actually such a long fish. Wow. Oh, happy is an understatement. Now might be a good time to say, if you are enjoying this video, please think about subscribing, because I've got some really, really cool video ideas coming soon and you don't want to miss out on them. Another thing I'm dealing with today is because this is such a big valley, I'm constantly up and down this big hill, which is fun because I like a bit of an adventure. I like to stretch my legs, but it's also pretty exhausting. Oh, these views are just unbelievable. Suppose that's part of what you pay for, really, isn't it? The natural beauty of the place. We've got 2 streams either side. We've got a huge overhanging tree. Absolutely everything you could want. Catching a fish, though, is another matter completely. Oh, we just had a big follow then. So you might be wondering, how am I able to afford to fish somewhere like this? Well, the truth is normally I couldn't, but I do make some money off YouTube, not enough to live on. But what I do make, I'm really trying to reinvest into making my videos better, whether that be better locations like this or better equipment, really with the aim of giving you guys the best possible content that I can make. And I am so unbelievably grateful for everybody who watches the channel, because your support means that I am able to do stuff like this. Oh, to be honest, I'm a little bit gutted still about that salmon we lost before, but there's a spot just ahead where I've got a better chance than I have had all day. I think I'm going to get the drone up in the air as well and sort of aim it at me while I'm fishing, because the salmon drone footage, wouldn't that be cool? Now, I definitely want to be steering clear of all of these guys. Goats are surprisingly powerful, and the last thing you want to be dealing with is a big horny goat. Now, regular viewers of the channel might recognise this spot as the place where I caught a salmon in spring on this river the first time I came on as a guest. Whoa! What a beast!
Turn this time. You turn it this time.
Careful, 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 careful. Don't want it to swim around you. Yeah! Here's the fish up close, you just got it resting in the net. Look at that. Right under where that water's dripping in. So it's not impossible that there'll be another one under there. This rod I'm using, by the way, is the Rigged and Ready X5 Adventure. I use this for pretty much all my fishing these days. It packs down super small, and it's multi-function too because of all the different tips. Believe it or not, with this one rod you can fly fish, you can spin, you can float fish, you can feed a fish, you can even pike fish. It's available on my website, www.adventurefishinguk.com. So we're just coming up on the best spot of the day. Here we go. Drones in the sky. First cast. Really high hopes for this. There are some big, really nice looking trout that live in this hole too. So I've just repositioned the drone for the second half of this pool. The first half I didn't even get a knock. So hopefully there's something in here at the back side of it. It would just be so cool to catch the fight with a fish on drone, especially a salmon or a big trout. Well, the fish didn't really want to play ball with my drone shot idea, unfortunately, and that spot has actually let me down a bit, which I wasn't expecting, but it's a good job. I've got another plan. I'm going to cross the river about here over onto this island, and behind there's a bit of a stream that comes through. I've never crossed it before. The river's never been low enough for me to cross it in wellies, so I'm going to go for a little explore and see what we can find. So I just crossed over the stream. It was absolutely borderline getting my socks wet. It is actually very shallow around this end, which I did expect, but this little bit here looks like it gets deep. I have actually also downsized the spinner I'm using to try and open up the opportunity to catch a couple smaller trout. Fish on! Yes! Yes! Come on! Oh, it's not huge, but it's good to have another bend in the rod. Come here. And we've got it in the net. Get in. Yes! Look at this trout we've just caught. Those spots. That is absolutely sublime. What a beautiful fish that is. I don't even care that it's not as big as the last one, just the colours. Absolutely unbelievable. I just love catching trout so much. They have to be the most beautiful fish out there. I mean, I challenge anybody to let me know in the comments a fish that you think is more beautiful than the wild brown trout. I'm also wanting to introduce you to this brand new adventure fishing product that I designed myself. The Adventure Fishing 1 litre bottle. Now this has got the classic mountain trout pattern on there. And on that side, it's got a clip so you can clip it onto your bag, or you can also have it in the side. I just thought, you know what, I'm drinking loads of water when I'm fishing. It'd be good to have something lightweight that can clip onto the bag, and most importantly, that is reusable. Oh, I just had a good hit then. Come on, I can see that fish, but it might be just spooking off. Well, now I seem to be getting quite a few bites on the little spinners. Now I've downsized, I'm gonna head back upriver to the spots where we had a few very, very big fish follow that seemed hesitant to take a bigger spinner. Maybe, just maybe, we'll get them in the net with a smaller one. I'm also gonna have another go at that salmon that came off because there was nowhere really for it to swim away. And it was hardly on for long at all, so we've got a chance at that. Fish on! Yes! Come on, that's number 3. Could well be the smallest of the day though. But it's always nice to catch a fish in the net. Another really pretty little trout. Off you go. Not the big one we were after though, but the small spinners definitely seem to be getting more attention. Right, here we go. I've just arrived at the spot where we lost that salmon. There's been about 3 hours that have passed, so there's a chance it might go for this. Just gonna try and annoy it, really annoy it into biting. It must be around here somewhere still. Well, I really did hope to show you a migratory fish today, but unfortunately I think I missed my one and only chance at a decent salmon, which is basically the main reason why places like this are so expensive. Believe me though, I will be back and I will catch a salmon for you this year on this river, so stay tuned for that and I'll catch you down the road.